I'm telling you right now, that whole mindset right there, those 6 words will change your entire life. Everything is working out for me. That fear that you're experiencing, everything that's working out for me. That person that keeps disrespecting you in the relationship that you're afraid to walk away from, understand that if I keep hanging on to what's not serving me, I'll never make room for what God has for me. How can I make room for what God has for me if I keep hanging on to what's not hanging on to me? Stop hanging on to what's not hanging on to you. Stop loving what's not loving you. Stop believing in people that don't believe in you. Just move on. See, every now and then you got to turn the awareness off and you got to give people the same energy they give you. That's why I created motivational awareness, because people that just study awareness move a certain way. No, you got to have that mindset that goes with it as well. That's what makes my brand of awareness the most powerful brand of awareness on the planet, because I coupled mindset with it. Because people will play with you. Sometimes you got to give people the same energy they give you. All of that being kind and being nice when this person is disrespecting you doesn't teach them anything. Then you go to war in your mind thinking about everything you wish you had said. Now, we don't have time to show up small. No more shrinking in the moment. We don't have time for that. That part right there, Rika, that part right there. That part right there, Lynetta. I'm telling you, it's again, that's why I created motivational awareness, because you know, awareness by itself is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Awareness by itself is beautiful. But what I was noticing before I stepped in, you know, before I really got involved in awareness, I was noticing that the mindset wasn't there. Just look at all of the Deepak Chopras of the world and the Eckhart Tolles of the world. They don't have mindset. They're very soft in their approach, and that's no shade on them. That's no disrespect, and that may work for whoever it is it works for. It won't work. I'm telling you now. You want to become powerful, you need the mindset to go with it. Because once you couple the mindset with the awareness, it's game over. It's game over. We don't do disrespect in our community. We don't do disrespect. We don't tolerate disrespect. We don't do that. It's one thing we don't do. We don't do disrespect. I don't give a damn what's going on. We don't do disrespect. We don't shrink in the moment. We don't turn down the volume on our voice. We don't show up small. We don't do any of that. And then go to war against your own mind, thinking about everything you wish you had said. No, that's over with. We don't do toxic relationships in our community. We don't tolerate that. Bottom line. Only L's we take, got Louis Vuitton or Lamborghini on the front. We don't take L's. Hey, what's up, Valerie? So good to see you. All right, let's get busy. Yeah, because you got to understand that people will come and saying things to you with the little condescending tone, and then the moment you catch it, they want to tell you, oh, you too sensitive. I was just making a joke. No, you were making me the punchline. Don't make me the punchline. They got comedy clubs all over the place. You want to go tell jokes, go to the comedy club. Don't use me as the punchline. Because people will tell you oftentimes how they really feel about you, but they'll wrap it in a joke. And then the moment that you catch the joke, the moment that you catch what they were saying, now they telling you too sensitive. Nah, I just caught what you were saying. I just picked up what you were saying. We were just playing. Oh my God, you're so serious. And they'll switch that on you. Stop letting people play with you. Yeah, play with your kids. Don't play with me. You got plenty of kids to go play with. Go play with them. Go play with your kids. Don't play with me. I don't have Parker Brothers written across my chest. Don't play with me. Play with your kids. All right, let's get busy. Look at Pauline. I'm being for real, kid, you know. People play, man. People play. People play. People will play with you. They will play, they will play, they will play. That's why I teach you to you guys like this, because again, I don't want, yeah. All right, let's get busy. But again, I'm being so serious when I say this. You know, all is well. You know, I really mean that. Like, all is well. You know, all of the spiritual teachers and masters will all tell you they're unanimous on one thing if they're not on anything else, and that is all is well. You know, nothing is wrong with your reality. Nothing is wrong with your life. All of the problems that exist here. The mess lives here. The drama lives here. Whatever you don't like lives here, and then it gets projected onto your life. But nothing is wrong with your life. Nothing is wrong with reality. The only thing is wrong is the thinking that you apply to your life, the meaning that you apply to your life. That's what's hurting you more than anything else. If there was anything, let me say this real quick. I'm just appetizers right now. We haven't even gotten into the live yet. Just having appetizers right now. There is nothing in life that justifies you having a negative feeling. Nothing. And I'm saying that, and it's going to bump up against your programming and conditioning. I already know right now that's bumping up against your programming and conditioning, but that's because you're still operating out from lower mind. There is nothing in life, nothing in reality. I said nothing. I could give you 50 years to name something, and there wouldn't be a single thing that you could name that would justify you having a negative feeling. Not one. That's where awareness is going to take you. To that understanding, to that place that there's not a single thing. No, coach, that's not true. What about the loss of my family member? What about my divorce? What about this? What about that? What about it? What was that question? I'm sorry, I missed it. When you let's keep the likes, let's get the likes up, you guys, so that way I can we can get this medicine out to the people that really need it. Is there anyone that's struggling with that? Is there anyone that doesn't understand that? That's the best gift of all. If you're surrounded by toxic people, yeah, if you're surrounded by, and for you guys that are pinning, any questions that they have that's in alignment with the subject matter, go ahead and pin them, and I'll do the best that I'll do the best that I can to answer as many questions as I can. What if you're surrounded by toxic family members? Nothing outside of you. This is what I need you to understand. There is nothing outside of you that has the power to make you feel anything. It doesn't matter what they are. What matters is what you are. And what they are is revealing to you where you lack self-awareness. If their words are getting to you, if their actions are getting to you, if their behaviors are getting to you, the negative feelings that you experience, let me say it, hang on, let me get this thing off my, hang on. Let me tell you what most people probably won't tell you. Every negative feeling is leading you to awareness. I didn't say some of them. I said every single negative feeling that you experience is leading you to awareness. It's teaching you where you are weak. It's teaching you where you still need to grow. It's teaching you where you lack self-awareness. It's teaching you where you lack self-mastery, right? Or emotional intelligence. That's what it's teaching you. Because nothing outside of you has the power to produce a single negative feeling in you. Not one thing. Your reaction to things is creating the negative feeling in you. The story that you create in your mind about what's happening with that particular situation is what's upsetting you, not them. What they are is your weaknesses pushed out Because if I remove you from the situation and I place myself in the same situation with you, they wouldn't be toxic to me. They wouldn't be able to affect me. They can only affect you. Why? Because you still need to grow. So any area of your life where someone is triggering you, the triggering that's happening in that moment is revealing to you where you are not awakened, where you still need to grow, where you still need to evolve. That person adds more value to your life than every single person that you call a friend, because they're showing you where you are blind. The fact that they can get to you shows you where you lack emotional intelligence. Period. So that's number one. So the fact that that person is able to get to you in some capacity or another means that you're not in control of yourself. They are. And I would rather you be in a situation around toxic family members, because if I remove those family members, you're still going to encounter people. Why? Because there's a version of you that's triggered by what they say, which means that when you go out into the world, you're going to continue to attract people into your life that are going to reflect that weakness that you have. Every single person in history is only a mirror to you. Everyone in your reality is reflecting your strengths back to you or your weaknesses at all times. I said every single person that you will ever encounter is going to do two things for you. They're going to either reveal where you are strong, or they're going to reveal where you are weak, period. And when you start walking through life and you understand that, you'll stop reacting negatively to people. You'll stop taking things personally, and you'll become the observer in that moment, which is what God created you to do. You'll become the observer in that moment versus the reactor. Right now, you're just the reactor, which means that you're not in control of yourself. Right? Thank you so much for that, Mantra Queen. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate that. So instead of you focusing on the fact that they're toxic, place your energy and your focus in the awareness so that you can heal that version of you that they are triggering in you. Because what we don't understand is that peace means peace is not what happens from outside of you. So when people, no one has the power to disturb your peace. It's humanly impossible for someone to disturb your peace. So whatever it is that's happening outside of you is reflecting back to you that where you are weak, like I said, where you are lacking self-awareness, because peace doesn't come to you, it comes from you. Nothing outside of you should be able to disturb your peace. You should be able to stand in the room with the most toxic people in the world and it not disturb your peace. Why? Because you understand that whatever it is that's making them toxic has nothing to do with you. There's nothing to do with you. So whatever they are, they just are. Has nothing to do with you. But they're projecting that onto me. Yeah, that part right there, you know, it's what you are tolerating is too expensive. What you are accepting from people is too expensive. What we have to get rid of is the version of you that made them think that it was okay to disrespect you in the beginning. That's the part that we see. Let's not miss that. You keep focusing on them. No, what we need to focus on is getting rid of the version of you that made them feel comfortable disrespecting you to begin with. That's the only person I want to talk to. The only person I want to talk to is the version of you that made them feel that it was cool to talk to you the way that they talk to you. Because I guarantee you, if I was there, they wouldn't talk to me like that. Why you? Because something in your character, something in your nature, some version of you where you kept shrinking and didn't stand up for yourself and turning down the volume on your voice and showing up small, some version of you gave them permission to treat you the way they treat you, and that's why they do it. If people disrespect you behind your, well, what do you mean if they disrespect you behind your back? Why are they in your life? We asking the wrong questions. Why do you have people in your life that don't treat you with 5-star respect? That's the $1 billion question. How can you claim to love yourself, but you're allowing people to stay connected to you that disrespect you and talk behind your... I don't give a damn what title they carry. You asking the wrong questions. That's the problem. You in the wrong category. You need to be asking yourself, what is it about me that's allowing me to allow people to stay connected and attached to me that don't treat me with 5-star respect? And the reason why they don't treat you with 5-star respect is because you don't treat yourself with 5-star respect. They're only a reflection of what you are. So because you don't respect you, they don't respect you. Because you're not loving you, they don't love you. Because you show up small from time to time, they show up small for you. Because you abandon yourself and you don't keep your word and you don't show up all the time and you don't do everything you think that you say you're going to do and all of these other things like that. People are always reflecting that back to you. When you change yourself, you change the people around you simultaneously. Stop focusing on the people. They're not the ones you need to change. What you need to change is your mindset. And when you change your mindset, everything outside of you changes. But if you only try to change what's being reflected in the mirror versus the one that's giving the image, that's like you trying to get the image in the mirror to smile first. Coach, the image in the mirror won't smile. No, you smile. The moment that you smile, the image in the mirror smiles as well. The moment that you stop tolerating things, the image in the mirror stops tolerating things as well. So you don't have to focus on who's outside of you and what they're doing. What you got to focus is on the mindset that you are reflecting back to people. You trying to change the image in the mirror. You're changing the wrong thing. The image in the mirror is only a reflection of the one giving the image. That part right there, Vonnie, mindset is the new luxury, I'm telling you. No, damn ignoring them. I'm telling you guys, why are you allowing people to have access to you that don't respect you? It's a simple question, deserves a simple answer. I said, why are you allowing people to stay connected to you that have no respect for you? What do you think that's doing to your self-concept? What do you think that's doing to your mindset? What do you think that's doing to that program that you're running? Whether you realize it or not, you're running a program right now. Every time you allow someone to disrespect you, that's a program you're running. And then what's going to happen is that every time you come in contact with that person, that program is going to start to reactivate. And all of the emotions and the anxiety that comes with that and the unhappiness that comes with that and all of those things. I could show you a picture of your childhood bully, and I promise you, in that moment, your whole vibrational frequency is going to go down. Just the image alone. Why? Because there's a program associated with that image. That's what I'm saying. So when you allow someone to disrespect you, you run a program. That's why I tell you guys we don't do the disrespect, not because we trying to be the most powerful people in the world, not because we think we bad and bougie and all this shit like that. We ain't got time for that. You don't tolerate the disrespect because I'm not getting ready to run a new program in my mind where every time I see you, my vibrational frequency is going to go down. All of these negative emotions are going to come. I'm going to experience anxiety. My hands are sweating and all of these other things like that. I'm becoming reactionary. I done transformed into something I'm not. And if you don't think that's happening to you, go surround yourself with someone that you used to show up small around and just watch what happens to you. Just pay attention to how you feel. Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Good morning, good morning. I'm telling you, so this isn't about you walking around like you Billy Badass. This has nothing to do with that. What I'm telling you is something that you may not be fully aware of. And that's that every time you allow someone to disrespect you, you run a new program in your mind. And then every time you see that person again, it's called frozen impressions and awareness. We create frozen impressions about everything in awareness. And anytime that you see that person, that image will pop back up in your mind. And everything that was associated with that image, you're going to experience. Whether if it was a beautiful experience that you have with that person, you're going to start feeling joy. You're going to feel happiness. You're going to feel bliss. You're going to feel all these things. But if it was a negative experience that you have with that person, the opposite is true as well. Now, all of a sudden, you feeling negative and you shrinking in the moment and you all reactionary. You're experiencing all of this anxiety. You afraid. You showing up small. You're not really speaking your truth and you're not being the most powerful version of yourself. We don't have time for that. That stops now. We don't have time for that. Anyone that disrespects you does not deserve to have access to you. That's not even open for discussion or debate. That's elementary in awareness. That's where we start. That's just the start line. We don't even have to go any further than that. We start there. Any disrespect, anything that takes you out of alignment with who God created you to be has to go now. Become a master at removing what no longer adds value to you. Become a master at removing anything that disrespects you. I don't give a damn if you ain't got nothing left but you and the dog. It's going to be me and the dog then. It's going to be me and the dog. I'd rather walk on broken glass. You guys know my mantra. I would rather walk on broken glass than to allow myself to be around people that disrespect me. Broken glass. That's the problem. Some of you guys, you too comfortable allowing people to play with you and condescending tones and all of the back talk and not saying certain things behind your back and all of these other things like that. Smiling in your face one moment and got something terrible to say about you the next month. I don't have time for all those wishy-washy people, man. Get all the wishy-washy people out of your life. You think you need people. That's what's hurting you more than anything else. Somebody programmed to condition you to believe that you need people. That's what's hurting you. And your attachment to people will make you think, your attachment to people will make you cling to people that add no value to your life. That's why attachments is the number one thing that has to go in awareness. Your attachment to people. An attachment is so powerful that it will make you think that you need to hang on to a person that you know adds no value to your life. You've been in a toxic relationship for 5 years, terrified to leave. I'm just saying, make it make sense. You said you feel lonely at school. Somebody said we aren't meant to do things alone. Who told you that lie? Somebody lied to you. You need to go find the person who told you that. Whoever it was, you need to go find them immediately. Please go find them right now and pull them to the front of the class, whoever told you that story. Because if you're living out of that story, that means that you also are creating that reality, which also means that you're going to have attachments for the rest of your life. You're going to always be attached to things. God created you for him. He did not create you for other people. Don't ever get that twisted. God created you for him specifically. He was not thinking about a single person when he created you. You let somebody trick you into believing that you need people to do whatever it is that you need to do. You don't even need people to experience love because you already are love. You don't need people to experience happiness because you already are happiness. You don't need people to experience joy and excitement because all of those things come from you. So what would you actually need the person for? That's the problem. That's where all of your attachment, that mindset right there will produce all of your attachments. Thinking that you need other people. We've been programmed and conditioned to think that we need other people. You need you and you need God. That's what you need. You got those two things right there. You have everything you need. Everything else is an extension or the byproduct of that original relationship. I got me, I've got God. That's it right there. That's my team, that's my nucleus, that's my everything. Every other thing that comes into my life is an extension or the byproduct of that original relationship. Without him, I don't have the kids. Without him, I don't have the job. Without him, I don't have the significant other. Without him, I don't have the money. Without him, I don't have the opportunities. Without him, I don't have the friends. Without him, I have nothing. The hell you chasing? Without him, I have nothing. And anything that he sends me, anything that he blesses me with, I will treat it as such, because I know if it's coming from him, I know that it's either leading to my awareness, it's revealing some weakness that I have, it's helping me to grow somehow, some way, but it doesn't have the power to hurt me. Nothing that he sends me has the power to hurt me. What hurts me is my programming and conditioning. What hurts me is my clinging to things. What hurts me is the story that I've created in my mind about what's happening in reality, because I haven't taken the time to become self-aware, because I'm too busy thinking that I need to add people to my life all day. So I'm chasing people versus chasing myself, never realizing that everything that I have ever been looking for was inside of me the entire time. I thought it was in other people. I'm looking for people. That part right there, Mimi. See, what we don't understand, Mimi, I'm going to say we, because we understand. What the average person fails to understand is the fact that you're in a synergistic relationship. That's it. You're in a synergistic relationship where the 1 + 1 = 3, where the combination of you and God, two combined, creates every third thing in your life. Everything in your life in this moment is a third thing. I didn't say some things. I said everything in your life right now in this moment is a third thing, which means that it only comes from the original relationship. But somehow, some way, by some strange trick of the mind, we end up making the third thing the priority. How did the third thing become equally as powerful in my life as the first thing? How did the third thing give me the ability to forget about the first thing? I then walked away from the first thing, chasing the third thing, never realizing and understanding that the third thing comes from the first thing as well. But I'm so blind. Why? Because I'm going off of my desires. I'm going off of my needs. I'm chasing my pleasures. I want this person to add something. Why? Because I'm lonely, coach. I'm bored with my life. Loneliness is not cured by human contact. Loneliness can only be cured by you getting in touch with reality. You cannot solve an internal problem from an external perspective, ever. Your loneliness is coming because there's something missing in you, because you are disconnected from the divine in you. You don't understand who or what you are. And in your sleeping mind, you think you can add people to your life. And the people that you add to your life, you think that they're going to be able to fill some void. That's how you become attached. That's how you start clinging to people, because you don't understand that the people can't give you, they can't solve your internal problem. And the fact that they can't solve your internal problem will trick you into believing that they don't love you. They don't love me, coach. They don't make me happy. They never had the power to make you happy. What do you mean they don't make you happy? That was never their role. Happiness comes from you. Doesn't come from them. They don't love me. The love comes from you. It doesn't come from them. You were never experiencing their love. You were only experiencing your divine love, because you had unlocked the divine in you. That's what you were experiencing. What you have to understand is that we don't fall in love, we fall in like. How can you fall into what you already are? How did the knife develop the ability to cut itself? How did the sun develop the ability to shine on itself? And how did you Develop the ability to fall into what you already are. We don't fall in love. That's your programming and conditioning. Someone told you that. You just been listening to people that didn't know what they were talking about. How do you fall into what you already are? You fall into like. We don't fall into love. And like comes from your programming and conditioning. We all walk around with a mental checklist. And your mental checklist is predicated on your programming and conditioning. And whoever this person it was that you added to your life checked certain boxes on your mental checklist, which gave you the ability in that moment to like them. You added that person to your life. Catch this. You added that person to your life. And when you added that person to your life, you attached meaning to them. When you attached meaning to them, you opened up the love that was already inside of you. The problem is that you associated that feeling with them. So you think it is coming from them, never realizing and understanding that it was coming from you the entire time. I'm in love now, coach. How'd you do that? How'd you manage to do that? How'd you do that? I said, how'd you do it? It's not a math question. It shouldn't take you long to figure it out. How did you do that? How did you fall in love with, how did the knife cut itself? I've never seen that in history. I've never seen a single knife cut itself. Now, I've been cut by a knife, but I've never seen one cut itself. I've never seen the eye, EYE, develop the ability to see itself. I've never seen the sun shine on itself. All of these things project out. How did you do it? Oh, you're carrying an introjected belief. You're carrying a belief that you didn't create. Somebody told you about this thing called in love. Why? Because they were trying to describe something that's actually humanly impossible to describe. And you adopted that. And you said, this is what I must be feeling as well. And then you told yourself a story. You cannot fall into what you already are. The ocean will never drown itself. I might drown swimming in the ocean, but it will never drown itself. Love does not fall into itself. It's what you are. You were created to give love, not to seek it. You were created to give love, not to seek it. The moment you seek it means that you're not in possession of it. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That means you're coming from a place of need, and need feels like love because now this person has to play some role in your life. It's humanly impossible for any person on the planet to live up to your expectations. Oh, I'm just bumping up against your programming and conditioning right now. I'm bumping up against your programming and conditioning right now with that statement. It's humanly impossible for any person to live up to your expectations consistently. Can a person live up to your expectations from time to time? Absolutely, from time to time, but not consistently. You can't even live up to your own expectations consistently. How do you expect this person to do it? Can other people live up to your expectations from time to time? Absolutely. From time to time, occasionally, but damn. If I'm busy living up to your expectations, when do I have time to live up to my own? Somebody gonna come up short here. If I'm busy living up to your expectations, come on, living the truth here. If I'm busy living up to your expectations and being everything you need me to be so you can be happy, when do I have time to live up to my own? Somebody getting ready to lose here. Truth is at the door. Truth is knocking at the door with the UPS man right now. What we doing? We opening the door? Or what we doing? Come on, man. You got to live in the truth. You got all of these expectations that you placed on people. And what's worse, we place expectations on people. Watch this. We place expectations on people and we drain them when we do that. In a relationship, I'm talking about, and we drain them when we do that. And then what happens is this person's inability to live up to your expectation will make you believe that they don't love you. This person's inability to transform themselves into everything that you needed to be for you, that you weren't willing to give yourself, will convince you that they don't love you. That's why relationships fall apart, because we start placing expectations on people that we don't live up to ourselves. So we don't just live in the truth. We start placing expectations. See, and here's the thing: when you place the expectation on a person, you need them to be perfect, but you're not perfect when you place it on yourself. But the moment they make a mistake, you call that questioning whether or not they love you, whether or not they really want to be with you, whether or not they this, whether or not they that, because they didn't live up to it. You got to understand, damn, man, they can't live up to their own expectations, let alone trying to rise to the occasion. So I'm carrying your expectations and I'm carrying my own at the same time. Just help me understand how I become the most powerful version of me. You need me to be your happiness. You need me to be your excitement. You need me to be your joy. You need me to be your pleasure. You need me to be all of these things. What are you being for you? If I'm busy being all of that for you, what are you being for you? That part right there, somebody just threw me a lob. Listen, man, we all doing life for the very first time. There wasn't an instruction manual. There was no blueprint. We didn't have tour guides. We had nothing. And most of us had parents that lacked self-awareness, lacked emotional intelligence, weren't masters of themselves. We were all doing life for the very first time. Yes, we were going to make mistakes. Yes, we were going to fail. Yes, we're going to get it wrong. Yes, we're going to show up small sometimes. Yes, we're going to live out of the past. All of those things. But you got to give people some grace. Every single person that you see, no matter how much pretending they do, are doing life for the very first time. They're just as afraid as you are. Once I understood that, really understood that, it gives you the ability to have compassion and understanding for people. Man, everybody just wants to be happy. They may not know how to do it. Everyone wants to figure out how to just experience love. They may not know how to do it, but that's what we all want. I don't care what country you go to. People want to experience love. They want to experience happiness, and they want to, be able to give their family everything they want, exactly like you. But we seem to hold people to these high standards, never understanding that everyone is doing life for the first time. Relax. Just get to the top of your mountain. That's the only thing that matters. Who are you becoming? That's the only thing that matters. Who are you for you? That's the most important question in the world. Who are you for you? I'm not asking you who you are for your significant other. I'm not asking you who you are for your kids. I'm not asking you who you are for your friends and family and all of these people that you give all of these resources to. I'm asking you, sit with this question. Who are you for you? Just who are you for you? Because if you don't know the answer to that question definitively, we already got a whole sea of problems. Because if you are not everything for you, that means that you can't be everything for everyone else. You got to be what you need to be for you first. And then everyone else gets the extra, gets the overflow from that. But who are you for you? We say that. Oh, I'm everything, coach. I'm this, I'm that. That sounds good. That's bumper sticker talk. Who are you really for you? Don't give me bumper sticker talk. Don't give me cool t-shirt talk. Who are you for you? You said you can't be you when you have to be a mom? I could have a whole conversation with you about that, but I'll digress. Yeah, that's not true at all. But that's a story that you're telling yourself, and that's the reality that you're going to experience. But that's most definitely not the truth. But I'll let it be your truth for right now. Hey, what's going on, you guys? So good to see you. I'm going to say this one more time. God did not create you for everyone else. He created you for Him. I don't care what you have added to your life. That's a different conversation that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter what you've added to your life, whether that's a person, whether that's something, whether that's some environment, whether that's some relationship, whether that's some fill in the blank. That's something that you did. Don't put Him in that. God created you for Him, and He created you because there's some gift that He put in you. I don't know what the gift is that you're carrying, and maybe you don't know what the gift is either, but the point not to be missed is that that's why you're here. There's some gift that you're carrying, some purpose that you have, that you are supposed to deliver to this world. I don't know what that thing is, but what I do know for sure is that anything that you have added to your life has nothing to do with the gift that you carry. Nothing. Yeah, you putting what He created you for on the back burner. One more time. You're in a synergistic relationship right now as we speak with the 1+1, right? With the 1+1, God plus you, and the combination of those two creates the third thing. Whatever you're saying that you don't have time for is the third thing. So you're saying the third thing now is more important than the first thing. You're saying the third thing now is more important than what you were created to do. That part right there. I could go so deep on that, I'm going to just leave it right there. Let me say this real quick. Let me see where you guys are with respect to self-awareness. I'm really posing this question to my students that are on this live with me right now. There are two things in this world that impact our lives more than anything else on the planet, and yet they cannot be described with words alone. What are the two things? I'm posing this question to my students. Somebody said past and future. Our thoughts and our emotions, God and you. Ooh, that's a good one, Moni. God and love, that's a good one, Kia. Love and happiness. Love and God, I love it. Love and pain. Ooh. Yeah, I said, so here's the question. There are two things in this world that impact our lives more than anything else, and yet I don't care how hard you try, you'll never be able to describe them with words, ever. No person can. No person that's ever been created can. What are the two things? What are the two things that impact our lives more than anything else on the planet, and yet they cannot be described with words at all, ever? Ever. I don't care who you are. You can speak every language on the planet and you won't be able to describe what I'm saying. All right, let me give it to you. Love and happiness. Love and happiness. Love and happiness. Listen. This is the most beautiful thing. I need you to listen. I need you to listen with your spiritual mind right now. If you listen with your programming and conditioning, you won't hear me. If you listen with, your ego, your pride, you won't hear me. I just need you to take a moment and just listen with your, Sir Presley, what's up, my brother? I need you to listen listen with your spiritual mind, and you'll get what I'm saying. You'll understand what I'm saying, because this applies to you probably more than anything else. God was so amazing when he did this. He was so amazing when he did this because he made sure that it was something that you wouldn't be able to package. It was something that you would never be able to sell or tell stories about. It was something that you would never be able to harness in any type of way. There's nothing you could do about it. The only thing that you can't touch it, the only thing that you can do is experience it. That's it. And the experience in that moment is sacred. That's what I need you to understand. Every single person on the planet and throughout history, I need to turn the awareness up. Let's turn it all the way up here. Every single person on the planet can only give you love through a concept of it. They can't give you the truth because the concept doesn't carry truth. There's not a single concept on the planet that carries truth. There's not a single word on the planet that carries truth. Words point us in the direction of truth. Concepts point us in the direction of truth, but they are not the truth themselves. And the moment that a person begins to describe what love is, in that moment, they take you so far away from what it is. Why? Because they're giving you a formula. They're giving you, what is a formula? Something that only makes sense to the mind. Love transcends mind. Love transcends your programming and conditioning. It transcends your thinking. You can only experience it. You can't sell it anywhere. You can't go out looking for it because it's already what you are. And if no one can put love into a concept, and if no one can describe love, how can you possibly describe God? How? I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I'm giving you universal raw truth right now. And I'm including me in it. There's not a single person on this planet that can tell you what love is. And let me qualify that. You can go and survey right now. Go and survey 100 people and put them all in a separate room somewhere where no one's answer can be influenced by the next person. And if you ask each one of those people what love is, you will receive 100 different answers. That's a diamond hard fact. No two people will give you the same concept. One more time, the concept only points us in the direction of what we're trying to describe, but it doesn't give you the experience. You can't put love into a word. You can't put love into a concept. In the same way that you can't put love into a concept, you can't put God into a concept. And if I can't put God into a concept, I can't put you into one. You can't be described. That's what I want you to understand. If I take every scientist on the planet, every theologian, every philosopher, every researcher on the planet, and I rolled them all up into one person, there's not a single person on the planet that would be able to tell you what love is, where it comes from, what you are, where you come from. Nothing. They would not be able to give you anything but some concept, some theory, some philosophy, I think this is what it is. They don't know. See, when you start landing in awareness and when you start studying awareness, your favorite thing to say to people is going to be, I don't know, because that's the truth. Now I'm giving you truth. When I tell you, I don't know. I've got a concept here, but my concept is not the truth. I've got a formula here, but my formula is not the truth. Happiness cannot be described because it's what you are. Love cannot be described because it's what you are. God cannot be described because he's an extension of what you are. All of these people walking around with all of this knowing going on aren't telling you anything. That's why I tell you, stop listening to people, man. Go inside. He's already in you. And when you understand who you are, you'll understand who he is. But you'll never understand who he is following someone else. Listening to someone's concept because it's, oh, that sound is so good, or he sounds so intelligent, or he sounds so wise. Let me listen to him. They can't take you anywhere with the concept. They can't take you anywhere with the formula. They can't take you anywhere with the words. They didn't take you anywhere. They took you out to the middle of the desert and they dropped you off and you believed it. That's why so many people are lost. That's why so many people are suffering. When you find you, you will find God. But if you never find you, you'll never find him. You'll always be operating out of some concept. And this is what's beautiful. The day that you find him, you won't be able to describe what you found. The day that you find him, you won't be able to put a single word to it. He made it that way intentionally. So no one could sell him, even though that's what people are doing. So no one could package him, even though that's what people are doing. So no one could leverage him, even though that's what people are doing. The moment I put a word to who he is, I just took you out into the middle of nowhere. I just took you out into the middle of nowhere. You hold the key to who he is in you. And the version of him that lives in you doesn't live in any other person in human history. That's what makes you unique. You're carrying a version of him that no other person has ever had the ability or the opportunity or the pleasure or the gift of being able to carry. Man, that's sacred. What do you mean you let somebody disrespect you? What do you mean you let somebody abuse you? What you mean you let somebody cause you to turn down the volume of your phone? Got you questioning yourself, and not loving yourself, not showing for yourself, and staying in these abusive situations. Man, you know who you carrying right now? Do you know who you're carrying right now? What's up, Danny? Good to see you, Mama. You got to join the community. That's the only way. Shonda, I appreciate that, Mama. Thank you. Yeah, you gotta join the community. It's the only way. Another question for one more time, quick recap. You don't fall into love, you fall into like. Love is already what you are. You're not falling into yourself. You fall into like. But what is like, coach? Like is not what you think it is. Like is not what you've been programmed and conditioned to believe it is. Like comes from the byproduct of your programming and conditioning. Like comes from this mental checklist that you carry around, that you look at every person through. You have a mental checklist. I have one as well. You have a mental checklist, and there's every single person has to check a certain amount of boxes on your mental checklist from a romantic perspective before you say you like that person. And then you add that person to your life. And the moment that you add that person to your life, you attach meaning to the person. You create a story in your mind about who you think they are. You create certain beliefs about the person. Right? And the combination of all of that unlocks the love that was already in you, the divine love that was already in you. And your only problem is you associate the love that you feel in that moment with the person. You think it's coming because of them. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with them. God gave you permission in that moment to attach meaning to something because he knew that the thing that you would attach meaning to would give you the ability to unlock what was already inside of you. Catch this, man. This is the most beautiful thing in the world. Anytime that you love someone else, you're only giving them God through you. That's what he is. We don't understand that. We too busy listening to Hallmark cards and R&B and all of this other stuff like that. Every time you give love to anything, whether you're giving it to a puppy or you giving it to nature or you giving it to that homeless person or you giving it to this person over here, every time you give love to someone, you are the vehicle, you are the vessel in that moment. You're giving God to that person in that moment. And it ignites them in a way that would motivate them out of their darkness, that would get them to start loving themselves. You become the jumper cables for that person in that moment, because in that moment they have an opportunity to believe that the world is still good, that there's still kindness out there, that there's still good people out there. Man, that's why you do it. It ain't got nothing to do with charity and let me go to some special event and give stuff away during certain times of the year. Man, do it all day long because it's running through you like a river. It's your programming and conditioning that stops you from loving people freely. You got programming, and your programming, certain people don't align with your programming. And when they don't align with your programming, you reject that person. And you say, oh, they're not a good person, or that's not my type of person, or I don't vibe with them, or I don't like their energy. Those are the people you're supposed to be chasing. Not the people that align with your programming and conditioning, the people that are out of alignment with your programming and conditioning, because the people that are out of alignment with your programming and conditioning are God's creation. How are you rejecting him? See, that's when you lack self-awareness, when you don't understand that you're rejecting, and he's seeing it. If you only give love to people that fit your programming and conditioning, then you're not seeing reality yet. You're not seeing, you don't see it yet. A small mind will never see the big picture. Aspen, you said you're confused. What you confused about? That's not your business. That's your, see right there. That's your programming and conditioning. That's your programming and conditioning. What you don't understand is that all of the negative people that you're attracting is coming from your brokenness. Every single person that you are attracting into your life that you think got all of these negative intentions and all that, they're only reflecting you back to you. Something in you is broken, because I don't attract people like that. Because I'm whole, because I'm unconditional love. I don't attract anything negative into my life. Why are you? Because there's parts of you that still are unhealed, and the unhealed versions of you are still attracting all of these negative people, because the negative people that are coming in your life are reflecting where you are still weak, where you still need to grow, where you still need to change, where you still need to evolve. But you don't see that because you're too busy judging the person. Versus understanding, what is it about me that attracted that person into my life to begin with? How did the toxic person get in my life? That's what you should be asking. Versus placing some label on them about who you think they are, never realizing that the person is only reflecting you back to you. There's something in you that's broken. That's how you attracted the person. You don't see that? I'm giving you universal truth right now. When you become unconditional love, you don't attract all of that into your life. When you are conditional love, you attracting all of that into your life because you're still broken. You're still not healed yet. Your brokenness attracted that person. Something that you've been suppressing, something that you haven't been working on, something that you've been avoiding. And that person was a reflection of that. That's why they triggered you. But you were so busy trying to place a label on the person and judge the person, never realizing that, catch this, the moment you judge that person, you stop loving yourself in that moment. You don't even see that. See, when we judge people, love is gone right then and there. The moment you judge that person, why? Because positivity and negativity cannot occupy the same moment. When you judge that person, you stop loving yourself at that time. So look at how many times throughout the day you don't love you because you're so busy judging other people. Come on, man. Y'all got to turn the awareness up. You swimming with a great white right now. You swimming with the best that God ever created. That's who you swimming with right now. So every time that you judge someone else, you are also not loving yourself. How many times throughout the day are you not loving you? Because you're too busy scoring what someone else is. Just think about what I'm saying. It's common sense. It's right in your face. Positivity and negativity. There's no way that you're loving yourself and judging someone at the same time. It doesn't work that way. He won't even allow you to move like that. When you judge that person's love's presence in your life is cut off. Love's like, I'm out. I don't do judging. See, but you don't even realize that. When you lack self-awareness, you don't realize that. You don't realize that. That's a whole program you create in your mind. That's why the number one thing with awareness is you don't judge people. And you don't judge people not because you try to be this holier than thou type of person. I don't judge people because I don't want love's presence in my life to be cut off. And if love's presence in my life is cut off, that also means that I'm disconnected from God in that moment. Nothing is that serious. Nothing on the planet is that serious where I'm getting ready to place a label on some person that I don't even know. I don't know their story. I don't know their programming and conditioning. I don't know what this person may have had to go through to get to where they are in that moment. The only thing that I can do is judge them based upon the chapter that I experienced. Come on, man, you lacking awareness. You judging people. You don't know the book. You only judging them based on the chapter. Man, you got to turn that up. That's what we do. We judge people based upon the chapter that we meet them at. We don't know the book. See, self-awareness teaches you, learn the book, man. Before you start placing labels on people, learn the book. Read the book first. But we so good at walking up and whatever chapter you met this person in, all of a sudden, you paint the whole person based upon the chapter that you experienced. Never realizing, well, what led up to them being what they are? That's what I want to know. But that's self-awareness. That's why so many people don't have it. Come on, D, we got to teach you, mama. Read the book. That's what God is trying to teach you. Read the book. Don't judge the book. Read the book. But the moment you judge the book, based upon the chapter where you met the book, just understand love's presence is not there. Just watch. Next time you judge somebody, watch what you feel in that moment. Love is not there. Happiness is not there. Joy is not there. It's that serious for you? You mean to tell me with a straight face that makes sense to you? It makes sense that you're going to judge somebody. You don't even know the story. You don't know the book. And you're going to cut love's presence off in your life. And that makes spiritual sense to you? And I'm judging something that God created. I don't know what mission he has this person on. Let me tell you something about frozen impressions. Let me tell you something about frozen impressions. Niagara Falls. 2 words. But those words cannot properly describe the experience and what's happening. So when you go to Niagara Falls, the word it's concrete, right? The words are concrete. Niagara Falls is concrete. But those 2 words can never describe something that's ever changing. Niagara Falls is always changing, meaning when you stick your hand in that body of water, whatever it is you touched in that moment, you will never touch again in the history of your life. That water is gone forever. Okay, freeze that thought. That's exactly what we do. We take snapshots of people and then we create this concrete image in our minds about who we think they are. But the person, like Niagara Falls, is always changing. It's always growing. It's always evolving. And then you see this person 6 months later and you still see them through the same snapshot, like the words, Niagara Falls. But the person is not the same. But because you lack self-awareness, you won't allow yourself to see that. So you say, oh, I don't want to be around that person. This person has had a whole spiritual awakening. This person has been transformed. This person is an asset to you now, where before they were a liability. But you won't allow yourself to experience that because you're too busy hanging on to your frozen impressions about who you think people are. The person is not even who they were 5 minutes ago. No one is, including you. We're always changing. We're always growing. We're always evolving. I may look the same on the surface, but from a consciousness perspective and from a self-awareness perspective and from a spirituality perspective, An emotional perspective, right? Mental perspective, I've changed. I'm not the same, lady. Damn. I'm sorry that you can't get past the frozen impression that you carry and that you see me through, but I'm not the same. I'm not who I was yesterday. And that's not a play on words. That's the truth. People change. Do you? That's what's important. Do you change? Or do you wake up being the same person you were yesterday? Same frozen impressions about what you think life should be, what you think reality should be, how you think people should love you, placing expectations on people, living out of your programming and conditioning, lacking self-awareness. Do you change? Damn whether or not they change, do you? What you judge, you will never understand. What you judge, you will never understand. The moment you slap a label on something, knowing has stopped because you think you know already. Why would you look when you already think you know? Why would you look any further when you already think you know? And that's what most of us are doing. We're walking around, we judge people, even though we don't realize that we're cutting love's presence off in our life. We place labels on people. We see people through our frozen impressions of them. Never reading the book, only judging them based upon the chapter that we met them at. Yeah, that may have been a bad chapter in their life, but the next chapter may have been the one. All of the bad chapters, come on, you guys, you got to catch it. The bad chapters is what leads you to self-awareness. I don't give a damn if they stole a book. I don't give a damn if they stole a bike. I don't give a damn if this person stole a candy bar. It doesn't matter. All of the bad chapters is what leads to your spiritual awakening. And you don't understand what God may have put that person through because that individual is going to become an energy. It's way above your ability to understand it. Again, you're looking at life only through your concept of it. We don't actually see reality. We only see our thoughts about reality. It's only the spiritual awakening person that understands what reality is. Reality is the thing that happens to you before you attach your thoughts to it, before you attach meaning to it. Because the moment that you attach meaning and thoughts, all of that's coming from your previous experiences. So you contaminate the moment. You don't even see the moment anymore. You've blinded yourself because you've added something old to something new. Reality, it's a three-part system. Experience, the awareness behind the experience, which is you, and then the story that you create about the experience. And it happens for you like that. You're so good at that, you don't even see it happening. You're walking down the street, boom, here comes the experience. Part two, here comes the awareness behind the experience. That's where you're supposed to step in. That's where self-observation steps in. That's where I take a step back and create space between myself and the experience. Because the billion-dollar question is, I feel negative in this moment, but what are my negative feelings coming to teach me? Because they're all leading me to self-awareness. They're all revealing to me where I'm weak. They're revealing to me where I'm strong. They're revealing to me different things, but I'm so busy running from my negative emotions that I never become the most powerful version of myself. Never understanding that my entire environment is a feedback system. Everything in my reality is only feedback. It's teaching me where I'm strong. It's teaching me where I'm weak. It's teaching me where I lack awareness. It's teaching me where I still need to grow, where I still need to evolve. It's all created by you. Everything in your reality right now. It's only a feedback system. There's nothing to be upset about. What are you upset about? What you stressed out about? It's all feedback. But when we don't understand how to read the emotion, we have a negative reaction to the emotion. Why? Because we're going off of someone else's introjected beliefs about what these emotions mean. Everything is feedback for you. It's only teaching you something. I need to let go of something. That's why the emotion is here. I'm clinging to something. That's why the emotion is here. I'm attached to something that I shouldn't be. That's why the emotion is here. Something is taking me out of alignment with my divine essence. That's why the emotion is here. I need to grow and evolve right now. That's why the emotion is here. I'm judging people. That's why the emotion is here. I'm projecting something onto people that they don't deserve. That's why the emotion is here. It's simple. We complicate life. We complicate it. The mess is in your mind. It's not in reality. The problems are in your mind. They're not in reality. Your suffering is only in your mind. It's not in reality. Real quick, let me give you this and then I'll let you guys What is pain? And when I'm asking what is pain, I'm talking about emotional and psychological. I'm not talking about physical pain. What specifically is pain? This is for my students. What specifically is pain? Think about it. What is it? We hear about it all day long. I don't think you can go anywhere on social media where someone isn't talking about some level of pain. What specifically is it? How do you solve a problem if you don't know what the problem is? You don't know what the source of the problem is. How do you hit a target that you don't have? What is it? Somebody said attachment mindset. Pain is real. I get that part, but what specifically is pain? What is it? Giving wrong meaning to something. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That's not what I was looking for, but if I didn't know what I know, I could borrow that one. Somebody said a teacher. There was two. There was two I could borrow right now. Pain is weakness, knowledge, punishment, no understanding. There's a couple I could borrow. I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your whole mind. You've never heard this before. You might have heard a lot of things before. You haven't heard this. I like that turning heads. I like that turning heads. Ooh, if I didn't have, ooh, that's the one. If I didn't know what I know right now, I promise you, I'd ride the surfboard of what you just said. I like that too, love. Both of you guys came with you guys are. I love where you guys are in your awakening, in your awareness journey. I love where you are. Let me say this. Pain is a thought. That's it. Don't add anything to it. Don't couple it with anything. That's it. Pain is a thought. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? Somebody pin that. Pain is a thought. That's it. Think about that. I see you, Moni. I see you, Mama. Think about that. How crazy is that to even sit down and think about it? Think about what I'm saying. Pain is a thought. That's it. Don't add anything to it. And that thought is actually designed to lead you to awareness. So turning heads, you were right. You were right as far as that is concerned. And what her comment, where her comment was. Pain is a thought, right? And that thought is actually designed to lead you to awareness. The pain is designed to chip away at everything that you are not. Think about what I'm saying. The pain is designed to chip away at everything that you are not. Let me qualify that. Your pain doesn't exist in this moment. Your pain exists in some previous moment, which means that it's trapped in some memory trace. You reactivate it by reliving the thought. It's the thought alone that produces the wounds. It's the thought alone that produces the pain. The experience isn't here anymore. You're not having the experience. So what are you having? I'm having a thought about the experience. That's what's producing the depression. That's what's producing the anxiety, a thought. Pain is a thought. Your fear is a thought. Then you get the byproduct of whatever it is that comes with that. But before anything happens, you have a thought about that. That's why the self-awareness is so important. I didn't want to give this to you guys a long time ago because I know you guys weren't there yet, but you guys are there now. So I can start going deeper and deeper and deeper into the awareness. Pain is just a thought. Think about it. Depression doesn't come from what's happening in the moment. Depression is coming from what happened in a previous moment, that this person is still trapped in some thought about some experience that they can't let go of, that they're still clinging to. It's a thought. It's the thought that's producing all of the negative feelings. Depression comes from the traffic jam that we create in our minds. Reality can't keep flowing because you're stuck hanging on to something, and it's the repetition right behind that particular thought. The repetition that causes you to spiral into the depression. But the point not to be missed is that pain is simply just a thought. That's all it is. And you just keep replaying the thought, right? You just keep reliving the thought. And when you relive it, and here's the thing: we talked about the frozen impressions, right? You have a frozen impression about that particular experience. Once you go back and you start reliving that particular experience, everything that was associated with that particular experience, you start experiencing. So your vibrational frequency comes down, the negative emotion comes down, your sadness comes down, your suffering comes down. Everything that you were feeling at the time that the original event happened, you're reliving that. You're reactivating all of that. It's just a cloud in the sky. That's what we don't understand. And I would go deeper into it if I wasn't already at the end of my life. That's why I tell you guys, just become a part of the Mindset Master community. You guys understand this. But again, at the end of the day, it's just a thought. That's all it is. That part right there, Tara, it's just a thought. That's all it is. Let me say this to you guys real quick. So your memory of some previous experience is what's producing all of your pain, not reality. That's what I want you to understand. Your memory, some thought about some previous experience is what's producing all of your pain, not reality. None of it's happening in reality. It's all happening in your mind. That's why the awareness is so important, because once you become self-aware, you'll stop doing that to yourself. So it's not happening in reality, right? The moment you witness the mind, you stop being the mind. Don't let that go over your head. I said the moment you witness the mind, you stop being the mind. Why? Because mind is what's carrying all of the negative emotions. Not brain, mind. You caught that, Moni? Yeah, not brain, mind. So the moment, like I said, the moment you witness the mind, you stop being the mind. Some of you guys you don't understand you are the awareness. You don't understand you are. So how does it work? So think about it like this. Brain is at the top of the food chain. Okay. Your brain is at the top of the food chain with respect to your physical body. Okay. Your brain is at the top of the food chain. So here's your brain. And then here's mind. Mind is hovering over brain, and mind is watching brain. Okay. And then you have consciousness over mind. So consciousness is watching mind, and consciousness is watching brain, all at the same time. These are all tools that consciousness utilizes to experience life. You're identifying with versions of yourself that you are not. You're either identifying with mind or you're identifying with brain, meaning you're programming and conditioning, reactivating, because brain is the one that's reactivating the memory trace from all of the negative experiences, because that's really all it holds. Your brain is only designed to keep you alive. It's not designed to help you successful. It doesn't care if you want the Lamborghini. It doesn't care if you want the Ferrari. It doesn't care about what you want in life. It's only trying to keep you alive. But when we don't understand that, we're utilizing brain to do everything. So we're reactivating memory traces that we shouldn't be activating, that happened in all of our yesterdays, that's causing us to relive all of these negative experiences that we project onto our current reality, punishing the current version of ourselves. One more time. Brain is here. Mind hovers above brain. Consciousness hovers above mind. And consciousness, which is what you are, is watching it all. It's not affected by anything. It doesn't carry the wounds. It has never been disrespected. It's the observer of it all. It's only the observer. Does that make sense? So once you start becoming self-aware, you'll take on the role of the observer, and you'll understand that every negative emotion, every negative experience that you have is only teaching you when you are out of alignment with the divine or when you are in alignment. That's it. That's all. Every single person that enters your life from this moment moving forward is reflecting back to you where you're strong, or they're reflecting back to you where you're weak. What we do, and the mistake that we make, is that we're so busy reacting to the person that we don't realize that everything in our reality is only us being pushed out, meaning that everything in your reality is only a feedback loop. It's teaching you something that you have suppressed over time. There's not a single person that will ever walk in your life that's not teaching you something that's happening internally. Every single person is a reflection of something that's happening internally. Either that person is reflecting again where you're strong, or that person is reflecting some area of yourself where you still need to grow. When you lack self-awareness, you don't understand that. You just reject the person, which means you never learn, which means that you just keep experiencing toxic relationship after toxic relationship, toxic situation after toxic situation, argument after argument, because you don't understand that every single person that you are fighting and arguing with is only revealing to you that there's a version of yourself that attracted that person into your life. Who we need to get rid of is the version of you that keeps attracting all of these people into your life, because you're not loving yourself unconditionally. That's the problem. The problem is not the people. What God is trying to send the people into your life to reveal to you is you're not loving yourself, because when you love yourself unconditionally, you will raise your vibrational frequency to such a degree that you will miss all of the BS in reality. You didn't catch that? You didn't catch that? Please tell me you caught that. Please. Please tell me you caught that. I said, what's happening to you? What's happening to you is that God is sending certain people into your life. You can put any label that you want. You can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it consciousness, you can call it the divine. Use any label that makes you feel comfortable. Let's not get caught up on labels. God is sending certain people into your life. And he's sending certain people into your life, and they're going to reflect one of two things. That's it. Don't complicate it. They're either going to reflect where you are strong, or they're going to reflect where you have weaknesses. Ultimately, what's going to happen when you become unconditional love, you will only attract people that reflect where you are strong. Come on, man, you got to catch this. You got to catch this. When you become unconditional love, you will only attract people into your life that reflect where you are strong, that reflect where you are badass, that reflect where you are amazing, that reflect the divine in you. When you become that, and it doesn't cost you money. You don't have to swim across the ocean. You don't have to get on the phone and talk to the pastor and talk to the preacher. When you become, that's what he tried to show you. Now, when you lack self-awareness, when you haven't done the work on yourself, you're going to get two different types of people. You're going to get some people, because he doesn't want to punish you. He's not going to just send negative people into your life, because then your life is going to be one big ball of negativity. So he's not doing that. He's still blessing you, because he's still sending people into your life that reflect where you're strong. But he's also sending those people into your life that are reflecting where you have weaknesses. Look at it that way, and you'll never look at it that way, and you should never become upset. Just watch. Don't react to everything, because anything that you react to, you become. Right? So you want to look at the situation. Something in you attracted that person into your life. Something that you have suppressed, maybe something that you have forgotten about, Maybe something that that happened in your earlier childhood. You got to understand that every single version of you that you have ever been throughout the history of your life, you still are right now. Every version of you, even since you were a child, still exists within you right now. And all of those different versions of you are still attracting, are still radiating. So it could be something from your childhood. But the point not to be where you showed up small, where you really wanted to say something and you didn't. Right? Where somebody said something to you and you shrank in the moment and all these other things like that. So when this person comes into your life, they are reflecting that. And what they are reflecting is that you're still not awakened yet. You're still not emotionally bulletproofed yet. There's still some work you need to do on you. There's still something in you that's broken, right? Because once you become awakened, you're going to love every single chapter of you that you have ever been throughout the history of your life. Because right now, there may be chapters of you that you don't love, right? Because something happened in that particular chapter. Somebody abused you in that particular chapter. Somebody hurt your heart in that particular chapter. Somebody broke your expectations in that particular. Something happened. Maybe your dad wasn't there. Maybe your mom wasn't there. And you're still vibrating from that frequency. You're not vibrating from the frequency of who you pretend to be out to the world. You're vibrating from that frequency of the unhealed version of you, and you don't realize it. You think when you put on makeup and you looking all fly and you got your best outfit on, your cute little bag, you think you're vibrating from that frequency. You're not. You're vibrating from the frequency of the weakest version of you, never from the strongest version of you that you pretend to be. So I don't care how much you think you got it together and how many people you're fooling in reality. When you get back to being by yourself, when there's no one around and the makeup is off and all of these other things like that, and that version of yourself that you really are, that's what you're attracting from that space. Does that make sense? So when this person comes into your life, they're coming into your life because that version of you still needs to be healed. And you can only do that through self-awareness. You can never solve an internal problem from an external perspective. You got to do the work on you. Got to do the work on you. Does that make sense? You said, so your spouse is cheating. Your spouse is cheating because of you? No, your spouse isn't cheating because of you. Your spouse is cheating because of who they are, right? Because again, it's people are only loyal to two things. See, this is what we got to understand. This is why I tell people all the time. Great question, by the way. Beautiful question. Can you pin that question up? Somebody, can they pin that question up about the spouse cheating on them? Great question. Phenomenal question. Beautiful question, Kia. Beautiful question, Mama. Beautiful question. Here's what you need to understand, Kia. Here's what you need to understand, Mama. And I'm saying this with all of the love in my heart. When people lack self-awareness, they are guided by what's in their best interest. They are guided by what benefits them first. They are loyal to their desires. They are loyal to their needs first. That's what I need you to understand. It has nothing to do with you. Don't personalize it. It has nothing to do with you, right? That person is being loyal to what's in their best interest at that time. And so I tell people this all the time. What you know is who your partner is in your presence. What you don't know is who they transform into in your absence. And inside of every person that you know, there's a version of them that you don't know. Meaning, there's a version of your significant other clearly that you don't know. Someone that they have the ability to transform into. And whoever that person is that they have the ability to transform into is a threat to your relationship. Not the person that they pretend to be when they're around you. Who they have the ability to become when they're not around you. That's the problem, number one. Number two is this. What brand of love gives a person the ability to say they love you, but also to be disloyal to you at the same time? Just tell me where we find that brand of love at. I need to go buy some because I'm going to start selling that. Where did we find a brand of love where a person can tell you that they love you out of one side of their mouth, and then out of the next side, they over here entertaining people and giving what they promised to give to only to you to someone else. You mean to tell me with a straight face that you waking up next to this person every single day, and this person made some promise to only give you whatever it was that you guys made the promise to give each other, and now that person has developed the ability to give what they were only supposed to give you to someone else? What brand of love is that? And where was the love when the person was cheating on you? That's the most important question in the world. Where did it go? I just want to know where it went. Because I can make the argument that when a person develops the ability to cheat on you, it's because love is not in them anymore. Need is in them. Convenience is in them. Benefit is in them. Manipulation is in them, but not love. Don't mistake that as love. Please don't. Love doesn't move that way. And I tell you guys this all the time. Love is the insurance policy to loyalty. Most people don't know that. One more time. Love is loyalty's insurance policy. Meaning, because you got to think, listen to what I'm saying. Loyalty only happens in your absence. It doesn't happen in your presence. So you could never tell me, oh, coach, my partner is loyal to me. No, that's a story that you sold yourself. Loyalty only happens when you're not around. So how do you know somebody is loyal to you? And then the only time that a person's loyalty can be on demonstration is when you're not there. So when this person is out in the world doing whatever it is that they're doing, the only thing that backs that loyalty is love. Love is the only thing that will make tap that person on the shoulder, say, you got a whole human being sitting at home. Take your behind home. Love is the one that does that. Love kicks in when loyalty starts to get weak. Love kicks in when loyalty starts to kind of look around a little bit too much, entertain the flirting and entertain the little different gestures and entertain this and entertain that. That's when loyalty is like, that's when love is like, oh, we got to get out of here. So my question to you, Kia, is where was love when your partner did what they did? Where did the love go? Well, did they create a brand of love where they can turn it off and go and cheat on you and then turn it back on and go back home and be everything they needed you to be for you? Just remember that. Just think about that. Okay, let me leave you guys with this real quick and then I'm gonna get out of here. Let me leave you with this real quick and I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, I figured that. I thought you would say that. I thought you would say that, kid. I thought you would say that. Let me say this to you. If you keep showing up to the toxic relationship, that's a decision. We're going to live in the truth on this platform. If you keep showing up to the toxic relationship, that's a decision. If you keep tolerating disrespect from other people, that's a decision. If you keep allowing people to show you twice what they have already shown you once, that's a decision. Your life won't change until your decisions change. So real quick, you guys, for those of you guys that are new to the platform, my name is Jordan Williams. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate the gifts. Everyone, I appreciate the gifts more than you guys know. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your own life. And Kia, real quick, that whole situation that happened to you is actually a blessing, because it was time, or it is time for that relationship to end. Hopefully you understand that. Hopefully you understand that we talk about this all the time, you guys. There's four types of people that enter into our lives, right? There's the teacher, right? There's the one that helps us to timeline correct, right? There's the person that abuses us, and then there's the person that ends up being a part of our tribe. Let me say that one more time. There's only four types of people that will ever enter your life. Category number one, the teacher. That person was in your life to teach you something. Category number two, This person is there to help you timeline correct. Timeline correcting basically means that this person is going to have such a significant impact on your life that it's going to alter the course of your life somehow, some way. Category number 3 is the category that Kia is in. And that person is caused some level of emotional abuse, some level of psychological abuse. There was some abuse there. And it is that abuse alone that happens from the category 3 people, because that could come from a parent, it could come from a grandparent, it could come from a significant other, it could come from many different ways. Not only does that also alter the course of your life, but it leads to your spiritual awakening, meaning that it was time for that relationship to end because there's something greater for you on the other side of it. That's important. Category number 3 people, I could make the argument, are the most important people because we grow through what we go through in life. What's important is who you become as a result of that situation. What's important is that you transmute the negative energy from that situation and use that as a catalyst to become the most powerful version of yourself. Don't waste that energy punishing yourself about all of the mistakes that they made and I should have caught this and I should have seen that. We don't have time for that. Transmute that negative energy to become the most powerful version of yourself. And if you don't know how to do that, I'll teach you how to do it. And then category number 4 people are the people that are just going to be a part of your tribe, right? The people that are just going to love you no matter what. They don't need anything from you. They're always making deposits into you. They only want to see you grow. All 4 of those categories are important, but I can make the argument that category number 3, the category number 3 people, and here's another thing here that I need you to understand too, because that's important. I don't want to just leave her. What's important to understand is this. Everyone is only, when people lack self-awareness, everyone is walking through life, operating from whatever their level of consciousness is, whatever their level of emotional intelligence is, which chances are it's slim to none. And so, I just don't want you to blame yourself or punish yourself or get down on yourself for anything that's happened. Just understand that again, every single person that comes into our life, every single negative emotion that you experience is there for your growth. It's there for your transformation. It's leading you to your awakening. It's leading you to your awareness. It's letting you know that the next level of your life that you are getting ready to go, your significant other does not fit that level. Right? That's why this is being revealed to you. This level that you're getting, your next level doesn't include that person. So that relationship was going to fall apart regardless. It doesn't matter how it fell apart. Don't get caught up on the how. Get caught up on the fact that it did. And it did fall apart. I tell people this all the time. What's coming is infinitely better and greater than what's gone. Don't focus on what's gone. Focus on what's coming. That's what's important. Something else is coming. That's going to take you somewhere that you couldn't even imagine in this moment. But oftentimes we don't see what's coming because we're too busy clinging and hanging on to what's trying to leave. And that's important for us to understand. Yeah, Ms. Harden, yeah, absolutely. But real quick, you guys. So again, my name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to become the most powerful versions of themselves. Helping people to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your own life. Your problems don't exist outside of you. They only exist in your mind. The drama doesn't exist outside of you. It only exists in your mind. Your pain doesn't exist outside of you. It only exists in your mind. Everything is happening. The fear is being created. You're thinking yourself into fear. You're thinking yourself into doubt. You're thinking yourself into depression and anxiety. All of these things is the byproduct of your thinking. And once you master your mind, which is what I'm going to help you to do. Once you master your mind, you master your life. But if you never take the time to master your mind, then life will master you. And it will send you levels of pain that you can't even imagine because you're just going to be reacting to everything. So my partners and I created a community called Mindset Masters for this very reason. To just help you master your mind. You've got to understand that life is a single player game. You've got to stop playing it at a multiplayer level. Multiplayer level meaning, it's great that you have a companion. It's great that you've added someone to your life, but you have to understand that, again, God did not create you for the person that you're sharing your life with. He created you for him. And nothing is more important than the gift you carry. Nothing is more important than who you are becoming. Nothing is more important than you discovering who you are when you become the most powerful version of yourself. Because when you become the most powerful version of yourself, everything that you think you need, Every person that you think you love from a romantic perspective, or even your circle of friends, may look totally different from you. I'm telling you right now, your friends are going to change. And your friends are going to change because you're going to be operating at a vibrational frequency that's so high that anyone that's operating from some low frequency just won't be something that's attracted to you. Certain conversations that you used to entertain just won't be attractive to you. Talking about people, places, and things won't be attracted to you. You know, you'll be so focused on who you are becoming and loving yourself and removing every person from your life that takes you out of alignment with your highest and best self. Period. That's the only thing that you should be focused on from this moment moving forward, is remove anything from your life. I told you disrespect is something we don't do. Walk away from the table the moment that disrespect is being served to you. It's not an invitation for you to try to prove your worth. It's not an invitation. Leave people talking. As soon as the disrespect comes, I'm out. I'm out. And don't come back to the situation. Because coming back to the situation is weak energy. The moment that that person writes you that letter of disrespect, in that moment, I'm out. Out. Leave you sitting here talking. I'm hanging up the phone. You're going to be talking to AT&T. You're going to be talking to Cricket. You're going to be talking to Sprint. But what you won't be talking to is me. I'm out. Stop tolerating the disrespect. I keep telling you guys, you're running the program in your mind. You don't ever, ever, ever tolerate disrespect. Not because you're Billy Badass. Not because you think you're better than everyone else. Because the moment that you accept the disrespect, your brain is watching. It's like, oh, that's what we're doing now? Okay. And every time you see that person, you just going to transform into a shell of yourself. When you get around certain people. Now, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. So again, we created the Community Mindset Masters just to help you to become just that, right? To lead you to self-awareness, to master your mindset, to lead you to self-mastery, and to lead you to the highest level of emotional intelligence. If you are one of God's chosen ones, if you feel like there's some calling on your life, or if you're just ready to transform your life and become the most powerful version of yourself, the Mindset Masters community is for you. It's one of the fastest growing communities on social media. All of my live streams are archived there. I have a podcast there that's archived there. I write and post things several times throughout the day about relationship mastery, self-mastery, emotional intelligence, self-awareness, you name it. Let me say it this way. Everything you need to transform yourself into the most powerful version of you is in the community, coupled with the fact that you're going to gain access to 2 life coaches and an executive coach as well. Everything you need is already inside of the community. The $1 billion question is, how badly do you want to become the greatest version of yourself? Are you truly ready to take your life to the next level? Are you truly ready to put that work in to become everything that God created you to be? Because one more time, life is a single player game. You will never win the game called life by focusing on things that are outside of your control, number one, and by focusing on people and all of these other things that add no value to your life, number two. So type to me in the comments right now if you guys are truly ready to join the community and become the most powerful version of yourself. And you're also going to receive a copy of this book, right? This is my book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? If you guys want to get the book, it's available on Amazon right now if you want a physical copy, or if you want a, well, actually you don't need a digital copy, because a digital copy is something that you guys will get for free today if you guys want to get signed up today. Make the investment in yourself. That's it. Make the investment in yourself. The entire community is $1 a day. That's it. Less than the price of a cup of coffee, $29 a month. Gets you access, no contracts, no obligations. You sign up. If you go for a month and you get your spiritual awakening in a month, wonderful. If it takes you 3 months, 4 months, wonderful. It's up to you. There's no destination there, right? Once you start your spiritual awakening, it's just going to happen for you. And the beautiful thing about it is that you won't see when it happens. You won't see when it happens. You won't see when it happens. Yeah, $29 a month, no obligations, no contracts, less than $1 a day. Best investment you're going to make all year. Best investment you're going to make in the next 5 years. I can promise you. There's nothing that you're going to spend $29 on in the next 50 years that will bring you a fraction of the value that this community is going to bring you. Nothing. 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 Not one thing. Not one thing. Not one thing. Not one thing. So again, you guys get signed up today. You're going to receive a free copy of the book. The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? Before I disconnect, are there any questions? And this, all you guys have to do, you can't sign up from inside of the community, so just go to my profile page, click the link that says join now, and then you guys will be ready to go. Any questions regarding the community before I get out of here? Yeah, the investment that you guys, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. But if you guys don't have a burning desire, don't even worry about signing up. Don't worry about it. Oh, I got you, Kia. No worries. No worries, Kia. I got you, Mama. I got you. Myro, the fearless mindset. It's inside of the community, big dog. And once you guys, the fearless mindset is inside of the community. It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, and this is so you guys know what he's asking me about. This is the fearless mindset. If you don't have this course right now, you are tripping. If you don't have the fearless mindset course right now, you are tripping. Mantra Queen, thank you so much, Mama. The fearless mindset course, gosh, I'm just trying to put words to it. I don't even know how to put words to it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't even know how to put words to it. I don't even know how to put words to it. It's special. Fearless mindset is special, especially when you couple the book. Right? Maybe you guys can put, I got a lot of my students in here. Maybe they can put words to it. Fearless mindset is different. Once you won't know until you read it. But it's all mindset mastery. It's all mindset mastery. It's teaching you the difference between, your thoughts versus thinking and how you're thinking yourself into all of these problems. But more importantly, it's giving you the tools and the solutions for how to mitigate that, right? And how to stop doing that. You don't realize that we walk around 85% of our day in a constant state of thinking. Okay, well, what's the problem with that, coach? Well, your thinking is everything you've already experienced. The course is $29. We priced everything super cheap. And we priced it so cheap because we wanted people to be able to gain access to it. The kid at McDonald's, the kid at Walmart, the kid here, the kid there. We wanted everyone to be able to have access to it because awareness is your birthright. Everyone should be able to have access to it. So we priced it literally as cheap as we possibly could. It's literally $29. And I can promise you, I can put this course up against any course on social media right now. I don't care whose course you get. We can do a live. You know me, I like to compete against certain things. We can get on a live. You can bring any course that you've ever purchased before, and this course will run circles around it. It'll be embarrassing. Yeah, the course is, But like I said again, when you read the course, when you get the course and then you get the book as well, it's game over. Right? It's game over. I got people from all over the world trying to get this bad boy. They're like, Coach, let us in the live. All right. So other than that, any questions about that? Yep, you got it, Clint. Yep. Yeah, you're going to level up. You're going to level up. You're going to level up. Any questions? You guys have any questions before I disconnect? Any questions? Rika, thank you so much. Mama Kels, thank you so much. Coach, thank you so much. Tara, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Monica, thank you so much, Mama. Thank you, guys. Thank everyone. Any questions before Stacy, thank you so much. Any questions, you guys, before I get out of here? I think somebody had asked something real quick. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, you guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. The book is available on Amazon. So if you want to get the book, it's available on Amazon. The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? Again, if you want a physical copy, you can get it on Amazon. Or if you guys are joining the community today, you will receive the ebook, and then you guys will be ready to go. You're welcome, Renee. Thank you. But you guys are already good. Remember, all is well. All is well. Nothing's wrong. What's wrong is always what's happening in our mind. It's not what's happening in reality. And the suffering comes because what's happening